Holy cow. BlackRock, Fidelity, they're pushing Bitcoin. We have a new entity that just bought about $500 million worth of Bitcoin here today, or they announced it. We also have Trump saying stocks will go much, much higher. Let's go through this. A lot of news. Bitcoin's back at 105,000 after just being down at 100,000 yesterday. It's looking really good. The traditional markets are green. We're back into bull market territory with the S&P 500 up 20% from the bottoms. I hope you bought. I talked about it a lot during March and April that I was buying hand over fist. And even I feel like I did not buy enough, even though I was buying more than I've ever bought in my life at one specific time. Let's go through all this though. Let's talk about what's happening in the market. If you want to see my last video, I covered so much in that last video. A lot of huge news coming in the last 24 hours. Check that out. You can check it out. Just click on my channel, watch the last video. But let's talk about what's happening right now. So Bitcoin, like I said, sitting at $105,000. It's looking very good. And yeah, just the whole market looks green. Last time I looked, Solana was at 180. Ethereum's up around 2,700. There's been a lot of money that's been made recently. And part of that is due to all the big entities buying Bitcoin. So yesterday we didn't even have an inflow for the ETFs yet. Bitcoin rebounded very hard. And today we're hearing from Fidelity and BlackRock, the two biggest Bitcoin ETF holders and issuers. BlackRock pointing out how much money is floating around right now. Europe has $12 trillion in bank accounts. The US has 11 trillion in money market funds. And that money is just, I don't want to say it's being wasted, right? But a good portion of it is earmarked for other investments, and it's just kind of like a savings vehicle right now for people while they're waiting to buy real estate or stocks or crypto. And yeah, a lot of people are waiting for some kind of dip. Now, not everyone. I'm not saying that $23 trillion is going to come into the market, because some of it is just savings, right? Earmarked for other stuff, or being drawn down. But still, there's so much money that's sitting on the sidelines right now. And Fidelity rightfully pointing out to businesses, this was actually someone from Fidelity, and this was at the MicroStrategy, I think it was like Corporation Day or Investor Day, something like that. It was some recent conference that MicroStrategy put on. There was someone there that was explaining that to corporations that if you cannot get a 65% return on capital deployed, you should not be investing in your business. You should be investing into Bitcoin, which is kind of fascinating. Like, it's a good point. If you can't make 65%, or if you can't make what Bitcoin makes or what Bitcoin goes up by, why would you reinvest into the business? Well, there are some reasons to do it, obviously. Some people just don't believe in Bitcoin, but the fact is, if you are someone that knows enough about Bitcoin and you're looking to deploy capital, you deploy it in the way that makes the most sense. And if you can get a higher return from buying Bitcoin than you can from reinvesting into your own business through marketing or scaling up, production or something like that, maybe you should just go buy Bitcoin. Like, if you just break down the numbers mathematically, that makes sense. Now, of course, like I said, not everyone's going to do that, but it's interesting. There's so many companies that deploy capital and they're getting a 5% return, 10%, 20%. I mean, think about, like, maybe if you own a business or the business that you work for, right? If they go spend $1, are they getting 65% return annually? Probably not. They're probably not getting 50. They're probably not getting 40, unless you're in some very high margin business. So, yeah, it's fascinating. It's fascinating to listen to one of the biggest financial providers that has tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of clients talking about that. Now, of course, it's not like the CEO is talking about that and forcing everyone to buy Bitcoin. It's most likely the digital assets CEO or the person that leads the digital assets portion of their business. Keep in mind, Fidelity's been in digital assets for over a decade. I think they started mining Bitcoin in like 2014 or 2015, which is nuts. But still, that is a big step, and we're going to see more and more people think this way. And we're already seeing it now. There are some companies that are highly, highly profitable companies that are deploying money into Bitcoin. There are some that are, kind of like on their last legs, and they're just trying to pivot to something that will bring capital in. There are some people that realize that their money is just being eroded away, that they've got to make a change, like MicroStrategy. Then there are some entities that are starting new corporations, or they are new corporations, that are trying to buy Bitcoin. Their only goal is to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible. That's actually what we saw with Jack Mallers' company, 21 Capital. It was just started with Tether, and just after the market closed today, we got word that Tether announced a 4,812 Bitcoin buy that will be used to fund this new corporation, 21 Capital. Keep in mind, they want to buy 42,000 Bitcoin before this closes. They announced this, 2-3 weeks ago? Usually it takes a couple months to close something like this. I was watching an interview by Jack Mallers today where he was going through why they want this set up, what they're doing there. And yeah, he said, well, just look at how long SPACs usually take to close, and that's how long it will take. And if I remember right, it's been a while since I've seen a lot of SPACs closing, but back in 2021, it seems like it was a couple months that it took. But this is just a small first step for them, right? They start with 4,800, but they want to buy 42,000 Bitcoin. That's $500 million of buying pressure, and that's only a fifth of what they want to buy. And the price of Bitcoin keeps on going up. I think when they announced it, it was going to be like $3 billion worth of Bitcoin. Now they want to buy 42,000 Bitcoin, and it's going to be $4.5 billion. Bitcoin hits new all-time highs, it's going to be even more expensive. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be an interesting ride moving forward. Semler Scientific also announced that they bought 184 Bitcoin or 174 Bitcoin as well. They're at 22% year-to-date yield on their Bitcoin, buying more Bitcoin. They've increased their stack by 22%. And yeah, there's so many companies like this. Trump also announced stocks are going higher. I think Trump called almost the exact bottom. And yeah, I think everyone that's listened to his advice has made a good amount of money. Of course, yeah, like I understand that he knows what he's doing. He is the one that's making the announcements. So when he goes and says, like, buy stocks now, or now's a good time to be buying stocks, that's because he has insider information, right? But also, maybe you listen to him. Maybe, what he said about not paying attention to the stock market, maybe that's not exactly true. Maybe he actually does care about, like we've been saying, that's a measuring device for how good the economy is doing, how well the stock market's doing. It shows how wealthy people are, how much wealth is sloshing around in their bank accounts, and how much they're going to spend moving forward. It affects the economy moving forward. So yeah, maybe listen to him when he says to go buy stocks. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts underneath the video. I really do appreciate it. Check out the links too if you want to trade crypto. I didn't mention this at the beginning, but we have links to BTC-CE. We have links to Bitfinex and Weeks underneath the video. You can start trading. I think now's a great time to be trading crypto, but of course you have to know what you're doing. I have videos on that on the channel as well. I think the video from this weekend was like, I've been telling you, Bitcoin, I've been telling you, or something like that. So definitely check out that video. I really do appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.